Okay, what we're looking at is the Arduino Uno. Now we have the wire plugged into pin 13. We have a circuit, we can tell because our power is running from pin 13 down through our 220 ohm resistor up into the positive leg of the LED and then down through the negative leg and back to ground. You can tell that these the wires connected to that leg because of these green dots there. So the green dots show which way these pins run. Pins don't run down this way, they run only across like that in rows of 5. The only pins on the breadboard that run long ways are your ground and power pins, so these run all the way down, both of them. Okay, so what happens, looking at our code, we've got our code, we've got pin mode as pin 13, output, remember pin is 13, mode is output. And it just means that we're going to use it to run something. When we're talking about output, we're running something. When we're talking about input, we're talking about measuring something like data. Okay, so going back to the breadboard, we can see we're in pin 13. Do we have to use pin 13? No, not at all. We could use pin anywhere from pin 0 up to pin 13. In this case, let's go use pin 9. So I'll use pin 9. It's connected, and I have to do one other thing. If I change the wire, the pin I've got my wire pinned into, I need to go to the code now and I need to change my pin mode to 9 to say, okay, now I'm using pin 9. Try, once you've done this, try actually going back to run it to test it, see if it runs, it should run, then go back to your breadboard and move your wire to pin 8 and then run the code again. And obviously what's going to happen is it's not going to run, is it? Because it's actually trying to measure, or trying to use rather, pin 9. And on the PCB back here, you've actually got that connected to pin 8. Okay, so what would you have to do to make that work? That's your question.